Hello and welcome to the Musty Game Dev. I'm here with another video. We here love games and we love game development. So today's video is another short video, and again I apologize. I want to get more deep dives, but I am still working through my new work schedule, trying to find time to make more in-depth game dev videos. But I will eventually find a way, find some time. But in the meantime, it'll be a short video on my process of keeping track of my code in a repository for my uefn project. So here is a uefn project I have here. It's called Fight, Collect, Survive, which is the Desert Acorn project, as you can see. It's the map I showed you last week. So when I'm talking about a code repository or a source code repository, I'm talking about something like Git or Mercurial or Subversion. I use Git, even though back in the day I did use Mercurial and I also use Subversion. But nonetheless, I have this code here and I've updated a lot since my last check-in, which is not good. Um, but it's just a good way to keep track of everything. So I'm going to save the game coordinator device.verse file. I'm going to also add in the player util.verse file that we created a couple weeks ago. And let's see what else I'm going to save here. The pickup delivery zone diverse file. Yeah. And maybe the score manager verse. We'll see. We'll see actually. Okay, cool. So, oh yeah, we've made some changes to this too. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna just check in first and then we'll make a change. So let's go here. So what I do, this is not recommended. I just don't want to create a Git repo in this directory because Epic has their own source code repository, yeah, source code repository kind of set up here, and I don't want to mess anything up. So what I do is um, I control click on the ones I want to save. So let's do this, and then yeah, let's do those three. I'll do a copy and go to this other folder here, and then Control V to paste. I will replace the files in the destination. And then I'm going to go here and make a commit. And now we have changes, lots of changes that I had not been tracking. Okay, cool. So I forget all the changes here, but simplified. The time loop. And then I'm going to commit to files, and I'm going to push to origin. Now, the other way you can do it is through the command line interface or CLI. So open up like a terminal window. For this example or just this video, I'm going to use the GitHub desktop client on Windows. Okay, so now we have that, and then I need to go into Desert Acorn and player util.verse. So let's open that up, and we'll just copy this folder, go into this directory, and Control V and paste that. Okay, cool. And then I'll accept the default here, create player util.verse, commit to file, and push to origin. And there we go, keeping track of everything. So this is helpful if you want to go make a change now and then keep track of it. And again, I'm only worried about the source code because obviously we can look at the revision control that Epic has set up here for uefn, the snapshot history, and that takes care of like the entire project and helps you share it with other um, game developers that you're working with on your team. I'm just worried about the code itself, so I can just look back at it very easily and also use it in other projects. So this is my GitHub repo for it. And then I can just, look at it here instead of having to open up the project or to do anything else with it. Looks like GitHub hasn't recognized verse files yet, so that's interesting. Okay, so let's make a change that I want to make since a couple of videos ago. Let's get rid of all this extra stuff. So I commented out before because I was worried about losing it just in case I needed to go back and look at something. And this is also commented out, so let's get rid of that. And let's get rid of this. So Control S there. Let's make sure it builds correctly in the editor. So go to verse, build verse code. It's all green. Cool. So there's no changes here yet because we need to copy them over. So game coordinator device, Control C, Control V. You'll replace the file. Then go in here and we can see the changes that we made. Just getting rid of commented code. So we'll say here, removed, commented out code in, let's name this function. That's right. In handle countdown end. We'll commit that as well. And then we'll push origin. And then we'll refresh the web page here. And now we just have this latest commit. So again, not too many commits because it's uefn. Not a lot's going to change over time. Or I don't need to commit like every day. But now we have this commit removed commented out code. Commit F9DDA8E. And then you can see the change here. And then we can see the whole file right here. So that's how I keep track of my source code changes. Again, not worried about the entire project itself. And then obviously I can check in these changes here, so I will do that. Removed, commented out code. But this again is worried about the whole project where I'm just creating a separate GitHub repository or Git repository just to manage the source code that I care about. Because again, I'm not gonna save the Fortnite.digest or any of this extra stuff from Epic. Just worry about the stuff that I'm mainly caring about. If I need to go back in time and look at old code or look at the history of things, how I did or solved a solution from the past, I can do that. Thanks for watching and like the video and subscribe and stay musty.